Politics every Monday at 7 p.m. and we go longer and longer. Each time, I'm Tom McKay, your amazing host with David Van, SoonerPolitics.org, David Oldham, ConstitutionalGrounds.com, and Dave D'Ambroso on Facebook at Dave D'Ambroso. And you can contact me on Twitter at Tom E. McKay. And what about this hearing? What do you know about did you watch it?
Yeah,
You didn't use me.
Yeah.
I was promised the president is going to prison. All my Democrat friends said he's going. They got him.
Everybody said early on, it comes down to Ambassador Sondland. And because they all said, well, Sondland told me what Trump told him. Sondland told me. So Sondland finally gets up there and he says, did Trump say it's quid pro quo? Well, no, actually Trump said, this is not quid pro quo. But Sondland says, but I still think it was. And since I think it was...
Well, he said it one place, and then he later on said just the opposite. So which is it?
Someone.
So
in his testimony.
Right. So what I'm saying is any sliver left that they had of saying this was an inappropriate abuse of our Treasury, they lost it with the Sondland interview.
Well, the question I have for anybody is, where's the crime?
Yes.
I mean, you have to stretch to think that a president actually doing his job, because every piece of foreign what do they call it? The money between nations given to foreign aid. All of the foreign aid has strings attached. Everything the government does has strings attached.
And that's
quid pro quo.
Okay, right. But the argument, I believe, is it's okay for the United States. Oh, and they love this. Oh, the left loves conflation. Anywhere there is a quarter millimeter of wiggle, they're going to use it against you and say, aha, I got you.
Right.
And so the tiny distinction here, of course, is, but the president can't use it to enrich himself. So if you cross a bunch of assumption bridges,
right,
you arrive after this assumption and this assumption, this assumption, and this assertion that's unvalidated, and this assertion, you arrive at, the president is directly and personally enriching himself under the auspices of United States foreign policy, and that is wrong.
And let me ask, is Biden, is he not clearly far more guilty of it? Because he said, you either fire that guy who's prosecuting my son,
well,
or you're not getting it.
Actually, you know what's interesting is that talk where he confessed that.
Yeah.
Has more to it, and I've listened to more of the
course
discussion.
There's more to it.
Well, no. I mean, they were actually having a discussion. It was at the Council on Foreign Relations, and he was having more of a discussion. They were just talking about the corruption, and that they had to end the corruption. This prosecutor was corrupt, which he was, but also
that's an assumption.
Well.
And to clarify back there quickly, and please do this for me if you catch it. Sure. I do this all the time, but Biden was on film in an interview talking about the Ukraine more specifically.
Correct.
And there was a prosecutor investigating the corporation, Megacorp, Burisma, under which his son got an executive position.
Correct.
And Nancy Pelosi's son had an executive position, and John Kerry's son had an executive position.
Mm-hmm.
And
all of them had
it with there's another one too.
And there's another one, and I forget who it is. Another big Democrat has their son on this board. Now, Hunter and I don't know about the other kids, they have no background here and are getting paid way above these market values. So it's fishy. Now, this prosecutor is looking into the company, and Biden says, the United States, based upon my word, Joe Biden, the vice president at the time, will not give the Ukraine $1 billion in aid if you do not fire the prosecutor investigating my son and his company.
Internal
it
politics.
wasn't, but he wasn't fighting the Democrats.
So the argument would be, yes, if you want to be really new, and I hate being an election honest, so an argument you could make is, this is merely nepotism. This is not, and of course it is personal quid pro quo to enrich himself.
Correct.
But it is not nepotism and quid pro quo that then advantages him against a political opponent.
Correct.
and uses his power again. And once again, this is subjective. The Democrats are making this into some kind. Once again, it goes back to the subjectivity that Tom's talking about, and this value, and intrinsic value. They see it this way because ultimately we know what it is. It is biased. They don't orange man bad.
My specific here is Biden himself. We have him on tape saying, yes, here's the quid pro quo. He says, you either do this or you're not getting the money. Trump, however, said, no, I am not tying it to whether they do an investigation.
And he released the transcripts
Yeah,
for that.
and it's not. So what I'm saying is, in order for them to get to a point where they say Trump is guilty of something impeachable, they have to say Biden is in no way fit for public office.
And I have a leftist friend that has actually, well, he's a centrist. He lives in Japan. Shout out to Ben, a brilliant guy. And he follows religiously American politics, among many other things. And he said, yeah, we'll throw Biden in jail too. He's like, I think we need to have this investigation. I think you need to investigate the president, find out what's there, if there's a there.
Right.
And if he's guilty, do something. If not, fine. And Biden.
Yeah.
But what amazed me is this guy who follows like Supreme Court arguments, all these things, he had not seen the video, 1 minute and 6 seconds long, of Joe Biden said, I fired the prosecutor looking into my son.
Got him fired anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I fired it, in exchange for $1 billion given to Ukraine. He hadn't seen that. And I said, doesn't this go back to this problem? He's an intellectualized guy that we talk about all the time. The media massively shifts left. Academia massively shifts left. Entertainment media shifts left. Why do you think you haven't seen this story? If Trump is guilty of anything, certainly, your point, Biden is ultra guilty.
Right. What I'm saying is, if they're saying, the law says if you do this, you violated the public trust. Biden already admitted to it.
Yes.
Okay? Trump...
But he's a Democrat, so you never get
Right.
prosecuted.
Trump,
That's what your party
even
affiliation.
by that strict standard, Trump
Did not do it.
clearly has all the evidence saying, he in fact says, no, I will not do a quid pro quo on this.
Well, guys, let's get down to it. We know what this is. What is this?
Okay.
All it is a warrant. They get something.
Yeah,
They
what-
pick up something. They say, your jacket
Okay.
is this color, therefore that is bad and wrong because they fundamentally don't like you. And they
I
say,
understand that.
you have to get out.
I'm cutting to the chase here. It's that what the Schiff show has proven is that Joe Biden is unfit for public office. That they have proven.
Well, okay, I agree with
Fair.
Elizabeth Warren in one thing, and that is, if Joe Biden and his son have nothing to hide, what do they care if we investigate?
For 2 years and investigate all their friends and
Let's
associates.
take a
And
look
let's
at
look
the
into their
spirit.
taxes a decade gap ago.
I will say that I cannot wait to vote for a president who's under indictment of impeachment. It's kind of like when they voted for Debs. Remember when he was in jail, he ran for president. So it's kind of exciting. A couple of takeaways.
There was a congressman who did that. The Democrat who, Hoffa. Was it Hoffa? Anyway, yeah.
Debs, Eugene Debs was in jail when he ran as a socialist candidate.
Oh, okay.
And so it's kind of like voting for that guy.
Where the socialists belong.
But now, do you remember, here's the takeaway that I'm a fashion expert. Jackie Spear, you know who she is? She's one of the gals that was on the Democratic side on the impeachment. She was the paper clip hair lady.
Oh, God.
She had the paper clip in her. I thought that was a fashion statement. You remember the guys came out with the pins in their faces and stuff? That
She's
was
just a highly efficient technocrat.
So, now
She's
my-
just filing them.
My other question about Ambassador Marie Yovanovitch, does she serve for 20% less than a man would serve in the same? No.
Well,
I'm
according
serious.
to social justice theory, absolutely, it is an immutable law of science.
I'm just
that the
saying.
even patriarchy runs everything, and they oppress all women equally.
Clearly, the ambassador was working for 20% less than any man would do the same civil service.
I love that in economics in high school when we heard about this concept. I said, well, hold on. Well, then why wouldn't you start a company? I think I'll start a company. I'll only hire women, and I'll save 20% on wages.
Yeah,
Every
right.
position will be female only.
Ahead of the
I'm going to
curve.
save 20%.
I was appalled at some of the testimony. Dr. Hill, do you remember her?
Yeah.
Dr. Hill, she said she called Hillary Clinton a horse.
Oh.
I couldn't believe
I
it.
missed that one.
She, oh yeah, she
And
said.
Adam Schiff was like, can you prove that?
Was yeah, give me that stats. She said they they bet on the wrong horse.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, Hillary Clinton.
What do you do with a racehorse that has exceeded its usefulness?
Make glue.
Make glue.
So,
Bill?
I did have a question. Don't try to read my writing.
God, I'm giving up.
Cheater.